Hey, I'm Charity Bailey. Welcome to my channel. To those of you who have already subscribed and have been following along with my weight loss journey and our web series, Girl, We Need to Talk, thank you for joining me. And for those of you who may have just seen the title and been intrigued and clicked on it, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. So this has been a big year. So much has happened. I'm celebrating my Surgiversary this week. I had surgery May 18th, 2020. And then over the summer, I launched a web series called Girl, We Need to Talk. It's all about the grieving process, love, life, loss, mental health, and grief. And it's just a space where we hold open, honest, transparent, vulnerable conversations. And it's been great to interact with all of you and to hear your stories and to share my story with all of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are working on season 2 of Girl, We Need to Talk, and it's now in podcast form. So wherever you like to listen to your podcast, you can find us there. And if you're on Apple, leave a review. So let's talk about the last year because a lot has happened. My highest weight was 372 pounds. My surgery weight was 363.3 pounds. And I now teeter somewhere in between 235 and 240, depending on the day, what my body is doing, what workout I've had, how much salt I may have had, how much protein I did or didn't have, and how much water I did or did not consume. It's a whole thing. I try not to focus on the scale because the scale will drive you nuts. So I have since lost about 130-ish pounds, and I feel amazing. Having the gastric sleeve surgery is one of the best decisions, one of the best choices I have made to date. And I know that so many people are apprehensive, as I was, especially because you have people in your ear telling you that you don't need it, or they give you these horror stories or the worst possible, experience that another person has had. And what I say to that is you do you. You know your body, you know what you need, you know what you want. Go for it. You have to live in your body. Nobody else. You have to wake up and look at yourself in the mirror. You have to wake up and live with yourself. You're the one in back pain, having knee pain. For me, I was having both of those, excessive menstrual cycles. My body was fighting me and I was tired of battling it. So yes, I enlisted this tool to help me out. It is not the end all be all. Now, we still have to eat properly, get enough water, get enough protein, work out, be mindful. My program does the 10-20-30 method. So you have to wait to eat 10 minutes after you drink, eat for 20 minutes, and then you can't drink for 30 minutes after you eat. It's a whole thing. And some people can stop doing that. At this point, I'm still doing it. Not so much the 20-minute thing because I'm like, I'm going to finish my food and just give myself the time. However, I still can't drink after I eat. I've been able to have alcohol again, wine and cocktails, but I'm not missing out on anything. I still eat what I want in very, very, very small measurements because my tummy can't take it. And my taste buds have changed a bit. Like I love steak and chicken and pork chops and all those things, but now meat doesn't always settle well. I can do tacos with corn tortilla. And again, just the little ones. I miss burgers and sandwiches, but I found cauliflower substitutes, cauliflower thins from Trader Joe's. Clutch. And that's what it's about. It's about navigating the new space because losing this 100 and some odd pounds is more important to me than what I can and can't eat anymore. Now, I can still snack, and that's my slippery slope because snacks go down easy. They're crispy, they're crunchy, they're easy, they're small. So I have to be mindful of my snacking. With the workouts, my program suggested 8 weeks. I tried it 3 weeks, and that was a big no-no because I got dizzy and almost fell off my bike. But once my 6 to 8 week mark hit, I was able to start doing my 9-round workouts at home. And I was able to start doing the Peloton workouts on their app. And now I go see a boxing coach twice a week. And he pushes me mentally and physically. And we just get the job done. And that's what I've learned over the last year, is that the transformation is not so much on the scale. It's in my heart, my mind, my soul. And the weight that was on the scale was the weight that was on my heart. Yeah. And so the before and after pictures look great and I look great and I'm loving my new body and I love the skin that I'm in and I feel more confident than I've ever felt. but I feel lighter mentally and emotionally, and that is so important. So if you're apprehensive, that's okay. Just continue to do the research, reach out to people like me and get your answers, but don't allow anyone else to make the decision for you. Some of the tools that I use the bariatric app. I'm in several Facebook groups because community is so important. Having people who understand how you're feeling, the emotional side of how you're feeling, the highs and the lows of how you're feeling, and the process itself is so important because your friends and family, they mean well, but they don't really get it. I've been blessed to have such a supportive group of friends and group of family. I just have a great support system, but everybody doesn't have that. So you got to tap in to wherever you can get, the support that you need, because it is very important. Therapy has been very important for me. Again, the mental, physical, emotional side of it, or should I say the emotional side of it attached to the physical, it's big. Some of the hurdles that I faced. So I fell down last summer. Didn't realize that I was dehydrated. That's a big no-no, because if you get dehydrated, you will end up in the hospital. I know some people who've been in the hospital for a week or two because they were dehydrated. My little doggy got to cutting up. I went to scoop her up. I fell down. I was dizzy, couldn't get up. Called my doctor, and his assistant called me back and she said, "You're dehydrated. So we need to get you on Gatorade Zero, coconut water, regular water. We just need to get you hydrated so that you don't end up in the hospital." I was a little bit scared because I had surgery during the pandemic. My sister or my support person couldn't come with me, but it turned out to be okay. Everything worked out just fine. My scars healed well. I was able to start drinking my shakes. My sister made me soft foods week 2, and then we transitioned into the regular foods. And I had a really, really, really hard time with food, even probably the 6-month mark, because it still makes me sick sometimes. And so I just have to be mindful. I have to pay attention to how I'm feeling and how things make me feel, and I'm good. Old habits die hard. So I'm learning my pitfalls. A few weeks ago, I was having some emotional stuff going on with the boo. And instead of eating it and drinking it, I booked an extra session, an extra boxing session. And what that said to me is that, Charity, you're changing. These are the spaces where you're growing and you're learning. And the spaces where I'm not growing, I have to go back through my journal, talk to my therapist, talk to myself and go, yo, what is going on here? But so much of this is about me tapping in with me and paying attention to my body, honoring my feelings, honoring my emotions, and honoring my body. My back, my knees, they don't hurt anymore. I can walk long distances. I can enjoy little simple things in life. I've gone kayaking. I went to the Grand Canyon. I walked around with no problem. Whereas before, I would have played the role, but it would have hurt and I would have been miserable and not enjoying myself and having a good time. I have my body back. And that is what's so important to me, is that I am now officially living my best healthy life. I wear swimsuits to the pool with no cover up. I mean, I wear the cover up, but they're also really cute. I find confidence in other spaces. Yes, my skin is glowing and I don't have the dark rings around my neck and all that anymore because my hormones have changed. This is the best decision I have ever made in my life. And I'm so glad that I did it for me, not for anybody else, not for a man, not for men, not for viewers, not for me, because I made a decision that I was tired of battling and I'm now winning the battle. And that is so important to me. So I suggest to you that if you are on the fence, remember your why. If you've already had the surgery and you feel some sort of regret, just keep pushing. If you stall out, keep pushing. At one point, I did not lose weight. From November to January, I was 264. And in January, I was 260. That means for like a few months, I didn't lose any weight. But that's when I started taking pictures and trying on different clothing because I noticed my body was transitioning. Our bodies have been through trauma because surgery is traumatic to the body and the stomach is a major organ. So your body's trying to figure itself out. It's trying to understand its new normal, just like you're trying to understand your body's new normal. But while you're doing it, just remember that your body is transforming in different ways. So my body was trimming out, slimming out, because also I'm working out. Remember to eat well, to exercise, to take care of yourself, and try your hardest not to focus on the scale. I fold my legs, I'm wearing sizes that I couldn't wear before. I was in a 3X before. I'm now in an extra large and in a large. My swimsuits are medium and large. My torrid size used to be a 4. Now it's a 00. Like, I'm about to actually head out of that. The thing is, whatever you do, make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons, that you're doing it from a loving space, not from a hateful, judging space, because we're so hard on ourselves. I'm very body positive. I love being a plus size woman. I love my curves. I just wanted to feel better in my body, because when you feel good, you look good, you show up good. And when you're doing the work, you show up different in the world. And so for me, that's what it's all about. Thank you to all of you who have reached out, who follow me on my social media platforms. You can find me at Miss Charity Bailey. For those of you who subscribe to the channel, make sure you like the videos and get ready for a new season of Girl, We Need to Talk. See you soon. Questions. Those of you who watch Girl, We Need to Talk on the channel. Those of you who have subscribed. Thank you to all of you who have followed me this far. This is my little goofball here.